Hi everybody and welcome back. It's Brad again from seekfitlife.com. Thanks for joining me once again. It is the 24th of April 2017. I am documenting my journey for the world titles as a fitness model competitor, which is coming up in June 2017, so not too far now. And my very next competition is in literally 13 days from now. So I might just quickly flash up a few images, comes straight from my Instagram stories. Right there. Been up really early this morning and got up, did some training, feel amazing, did an ab routine and did my shoulders and did some biceps as well. Okay, so that was pretty much my session. I feel pretty good. I talked about the little girl rejection story a little bit earlier on. That was in the previous video. And, it's, again, I kind of think to myself, should I really be talking about this sort of stuff? But yeah, everyone needs to. I think it's important. It's important. It's part of comp prep. It's part of comp prep. It's part of preparing me for the right girl. I don't know. So look, I did say to myself that if I was going to document my competition prep, that I would be open and honest and transparent about everything. And that is part of my life. It's I have to work dating around my comp prep, and of course, dating affects people, if you're preparing for a competition, it's girls, guys, it's going to have an impact on you. It might impact your ability to train or whatever. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about it. But in this video, I want to talk about building the biggest building in town. And what does that mean? Because, there's this thing of, in especially the YouTube culture, where other YouTubers want to tear each other down, or if you're on a weight loss journey, there are people around you that might want to tear you down a little bit. And they might do it more aggressively than other people. They might say, Stephen, why are you on this program for? Why? You need carbs. You don't need carbs. You need fat. You need protein. There's too much protein. And so if you have never been around these people, they do exist. And I know this from my own experience. When I was going through my fitness journey, one of the biggest challenges I had was that I was dealing with people around me that didn't value a fitness transformation as much as what I did, and they were out of shape themselves, and they were, I guess, deeply insecure that I was changing and they weren't. And so I like to talk about this because I think it's really important that when you're going if you're on a mission to transform your body or any part of your life, you want to transform any part of your life, you actually need to physically be removed from negative bullshit. Like, you have to be completely removed from people that potentially bring you down. And it doesn't mean to completely like cut them off completely and never see them for the rest of your life. What I'm saying is that when you're in a transformative stage in your life, in any capacity, whether you're building a business, whether you're building a body, whether you're building an empire, a financial empire, whatever, then the people that, it's always be the people immediately surrounding you, like your 5 closest friends. They're going to be the ones that are going to most impact you. They're either going to get behind you, which is 10% of the time, or they're going to bring you back, and that's 90% of the time. And I'd be brutally honest here. It happens more than what you think. And if you don't know it's happening, then you need to really closely look at who's influencing you right now. Like, honestly, if you want to transform your body and you haven't, that's probably one of the biggest reasons why you may have made 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. Because when you start to make progress, people around you may be initially supportive, and then they go full circle and say, no, this is what you're doing is ridiculous. You should try this. And usually coming from people that are out of shape, usually. So your focus must be on you. 100%. Like, I know it sounds like airy. It has to be. Like, your focus is building the tallest building in town, your physique, or the biggest empire in town. Not worrying about other people, not worrying about, and you have, this is really hard. This is hard. It's hard. It's easy for me to say, ignore people around you. What you actually need to do, like this, to be real practical, rather than me telling you need to be removed from the toxins in the other people, which are the toxins in the environment, you actually physically need to be removed temporarily from those people. Temporarily. Like, rather than just say, I'm not going to say just cut off your friends completely and never go back. You need to. I'll tell you what I did. I was heavily involved in my Facebook, my private Facebook page with my high school friends and yada yada yada. And so psychologically, I felt like when I would post an image or a video, it was that validation from people in my Facebook group that would like it, that would comment on it, that would react to the photo or the video. And so subconsciously, it was the validation thing. We all look for it. We all seek it. And so whenever we do something that we want to do deep down, and we take a photo or we post it on social media or whatever, and we're posting to an environment where those people's points of view matter to us, like whether they're family, it's usually family or friends, right? Close family, friends, sister, brother, mother, whatever. Then we're going to behave a little differently. We're not going to be our full selves because we're scared that we're not going to get that validation. That's it. That's the truth. And so what I did, no shit you not, I still have my private Facebook page, but I actually don't go on there anymore. Like, I don't even use it. Like, it's just there. It just sits there because that's the ecosystem that I was looking for validation from, and that was subconsciously dictating my behavior. Like, I would never go to my Facebook group and say, guys, I'm actually like a YouTuber now, and I've got 200,000 views and this and this. I actually have never done that. I've never actually gone on my private Facebook page and told people that, I have 16,000 people that in my courses, 158 countries. I'm helping people get emails every day, sort of thing. I've never said that in my private people that are close to me, like high school friends, which I rarely never talk to anyway. They don't know, and I think, you know what, you need to do something like that. Whatever it is, you need to cut that umbilical cord. The umbilical cord, so that you can build the tallest building. It's like, if you want to build, okay, let's get practical using an analogy. If you want to build the tallest building in town, you can't fucking do that if you've got ropes and shackles and fucking scaffolding, which are somehow impeding your ability to build more levels. Like, the only way that you can build a tall building is if you cut off all of the support chains. I know it doesn't sound like an accurate analogy, but just hear me out here. I don't have a construction background, but just hear me out. If you can try and vibe what I'm talking about. If you want to build the tallest building in town, you can't build the tallest building in town if it's being like pulled down. You know what I mean? Like, you have to first and foremost focus on building that. If you're trying to build the tallest building in town, you can't focus on other little buildings around you. You can't, as a tall building, you can't look down and go, how is that little building going to perceive me? How is that little building over there going to react to me? What's that building going to say about me? What's this person's comment going to be about? This person left a negative review on my video or whatever. Like, you can't, if you always think about what other people are thinking, you are distracting yourself from building that tall building. Like, you can't have your energy everywhere. Like, the Tony Robbins guy, he talks about energy, where your focus goes, energy flows kind of thing. It's like, you have a certain amount of energy. You have a certain amount of energy, like a capacity. And part of that, if you're giving it to other people, you're losing your momentum and your drive. If you give that energy to other people, like by other people's points of view, like how they're going to perceive me and whatever, you can't fucking focus on yourself. You can't build the tallest building in town if you're focusing on other fucking buildings around you. Like, that's the truth. So bring that energy back, right? Focus on building your little building into a bigger building like this. You know what's going to happen? People are going to fucking hate you. Like, they're going to resent you. They're going to reject you. They're going to get insecure around you. And that's when you need to block. I actually talked about this in another video. You need to block it out. Like, you really need to. It's hard. And this is why most people don't break out of that bubble, because they start to make a change and they pull this way because that's where their heart is, and they want to go this way, but all their fucking friends are like, all their fucking idiot loser friends are pulling them back the other way. That's the truth. And the moment you cut, and I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying to get rid of your friends for good. I'm just saying, if you can temporarily remove yourself from the Facebook ecosystem, because for many people, social media is going to dictate how they behave. So whether it be social media, fucking Google Plus, or Google Hangouts, or Instagram, or, whatever, Snapchat, whatever platform makes you behave differently but not at your full self, you need to like temporarily get yourself off it so that you can focus on yourself, and then when you remove that influence, you can build the biggest building in town and make it tall, and then you can come back if you want and then bring those people back in. And you know what's interesting is that when you go through a transformation and you cut those people away, then you go back to them, how different you are to those. It's like, I can't believe I hung around with this. Like, this is it. I can't believe I hung around with this person, because you've built your building so tall, right? And you've had that break from them. You go back to them 6-8 months later, and you go, fuck, you haven't changed. You still live in the same fucking town. You're still smoking weed. You're still drinking every Friday night. And they look at you and they're more envious of you, right? And you lose a friendship. That's what happens. Like, that's the truth. And look, I'm talking about things that are not very pleasant, but like, this is the harsh reality. If you want to be the best version of yourself physically, and I'm all about being the best version of yourself physically, and I'm very passionate about sharing that with the world, how to do it. It's not just about nutrition. It's not just about how you fucking train. It's about this thing up here, and it's about the people you like. It's absolutely your peer group, like 100%. Like it's a big piece of the puzzle. No one talks about it, but you need to break, at least temporarily, break away from them. So you need to find, like, go to the gym, just start training, because you're like, oh, it's so lonely. It is lonely. Like, for me, I'm a fitness competitor. It's fucking lonely. Like, I feel like I'm isolated right now from the world. It's lonely. It is fucking lonely. Like, it is lonely when you cut away people that, used to go to school with, or used to hang out with, or work colleagues, and you don't go socializing anymore, and you're taking 6 months, 7-8 months off your friends, your old peer group. It's fucking lonely. There's like a period of time where it's lonely, But then what happens? You meet new people. You meet new people. Like, I've met other fitness model competitors. I'm like, fuck, where have these people been for years? Like, I've been hanging around with fucking idiots, right? Honestly, like, I've been hanging around, and I just got that power to push through no matter what's going on around me. But you'll meet new people. Always. 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 If you fish in a different pond, you're going to catch different fish. Do you like that? I'm going to wrap this up, my friends. It's 9:05 in the morning. I've got to go to work. This guy has to work. So I appreciate that you've dropped in to say g'day. I actually have my black coffee here. I'm actually allowed to have it. So I'm 13 days from stepping on the stage, and I'm getting more and more excited. It's a Monday morning, and I start work at 10 o'clock this morning. And so I'm having a long black right now. And so look, guys, if you are jumping into this video and you've just come from this video straight from the online crazy world that we live in, subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, you probably like the other ones as well. So I really appreciate your support. For those that are coming back watching this, you guys mean a lot to me. I love getting the support. Man, I can't actually think of anything else I'd rather be doing right now. Like, I'd rather be just sitting in front of this camera and just chatting to you, making new friends. You know what? It's just like, this is a new way we can make friends. Brand new way. It's like, I can reach out to you. It's a little bit weird, a little bit awkward. So anyway, just real quick, before I'm going to literally finish this in less than a minute. So I'm all about like helping people with body transformations and like losing fat, building muscle, that kind of shit, right? I'm really passionate about it. And I'm not sponsored by anybody. I don't want to be. I don't really care. Like for me, I've struggled with this area of my life so much. Fitness was a real struggle for me, and I tried everything. I failed many times. Like, I was the 18-year-old guy in the gym trying to get a six-pack. That's how far back we go. And training in my bedroom of my parents' house, right? I'm 31 now and single. But honestly, like, it was an area of my life that I really struggled with. And I said to myself, you know what? When I ever figure this whole health and fitness transformation out, because it just seems so fucking impossible, I'm going to figure out a way of like paying it forward and helping every single, like, you have no idea how much of a mission I'm on. I'm rambling now, but you have no idea how much of a mission. I'm on a massive mission. Like, I feel unstoppable. Like, I'm on a massive mission to help people with their physiques and that kind of stuff, which is why I have Snapchat. People can direct message me on Snapchat or snap questions to me, and I answer them like 24 hours. and DMs on Instagram and that kind of stuff. And also I share stories on Instagram as well. So you get to see me wake up at like, 5:10, 5:15, 5:17, 5:30, here's the sunrise, boom, crazy little emojis and that kind of, that kind of thing. And then you see me train a little bit with the hands free on Instagram, and then you see me do some meal prep as well. And yeah, that's it. So subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for your support. I want to talk to you forever, but I can't. I have to go to work. So thanks very much, and I'll speak to everybody very soon. Thank you.